What is up, everybody? Market close today. We got about an hour until the market closes. Major moves with AMC since the last time we spoke. AMC's price is all the way up to $63 per share. You can see we redesigned the whole entire setup for these streams, so it took me a little longer today to get on. We got the stock ticker symbol on the bottom. If you want to get free stocks on public.com, you want to see what I'm investing in completely for free, check that out. There's a link on the bottom right of the screen. And then we got what we're going to cover in today's video during the stream as well. So leave a like if you like what is the new format of this stream. It would really help me out a lot. Hope you guys like it. Took a little extra time this morning, but today AMC stock has just been killing it. AMC stock is AMC and GameStop and a lot of the meme stocks are doing really well. GameStop's only up about 0.95%, but we are seeing BlackBerry. We're seeing STEM Inc., which isn't a meme stock. One of our favorites though, up 7.3%. Things are looking really exciting. If you're new here, please be sure to like the video. Helps get this out to more people. Subscribe. We got a lot to cover. But anyways, let's just throw something up on the screen. We're going to talk a little bit about what is going on with AMC first. And if you are joining us a little bit later and you're watching a replay, I'm going to put timestamps down below so you can skip ahead to any portion, but we are going to go live, cover all the topics on the right, then stay with you guys until the market closes. Anyways, right now, AMC stock is sitting at $63 per share. We are seeing it continue to climb throughout the entire day. Ever since we opened, the first 20-30 minutes of the market opened today, price dropped. We thought it was going to be a red day. We thought it wasn't going to be good, but no. Things turned around. It looked much better, and ever since right around 10 a.m. Eastern time, we have seen it continue to rise nonstop. Short sellers, after we see the data from the end of the day, are probably going to have lost another $300 or $400, even $500 million, similar to what we saw at the beginning of the week. So that will be really exciting. You know, we continue. It's always good when we see short sellers losing hundreds of millions of dollars, and we are just continuing to make more money. So there's a lot going on with AMC. Right now, we're up about 14%. You can see the short interest, the volume is extremely high today. Not as high as some of the other days, but we're at about 254 million. In addition to this, some big news in terms of the short interest, just to cover the basics, cover what is going on. Right now, with some of the basics, it is with 23% short volume ratio for AMC. Hasn't changed. We don't know the new data yet until the end of the day. I wouldn't be surprised if we see this potentially drop, but if it goes up, that would be a really great sign, because with the price going up so much today, maybe some shorts have covered, but you got to just remember that we don't know the exact short volume ratio. We don't know exactly what's going on, because this is only the short volume ratio that exchanges are reporting. We don't know what is going on behind the scenes, what are going on with artificial shares, what is not actually being reported with synthetic shares as well. But what we do know is 23% is pretty high. It's higher than it's been in recent days, and we are still in a really good position. In addition to this, so we are looking right now that we could potentially break through that $63 resistance, and important, if we could close above $60 per share today, that would be a great sign, because what we haven't seen recently is we haven't been able to close above $60 per share. We closed the other day at about $59, then we dropped the next day. But ever since we reached that all-time high of $72 per share about a couple weeks ago, week and a half ago, we have not been able to close above 60. So once we get a close above 60, that is, you know, we're off to the races. We are in a great position, especially with the short interest continuing to increase. In addition to this, I don't know if you guys have seen, but some big news has come out with AMC and just what is going on with the theaters, because, you know, it's great to see the shorts losing money. It's great to see short sellers continuing to bet against us when they just don't seem to learn. But the exciting thing is that AMC, what's going on actually with the company is really exciting as well. So I wanted to touch on this. It's not going to directly impact the stock price tomorrow or the next day, but this is something that really excites me long term. So the first thing is that AMC theaters are nearing a deal to operate two high-profile Los Angeles movie theaters located in prime outdoor shopping malls, the Grove near West Hollywood and the Americana at Brand in Glendale. according to a couple of sources. And essentially what happened is we saw both of these theaters. They had gone, essentially closed down. The companies had gone bankrupt and they closed down. And what happened was AMC has been raising a lot of money through all the stock offerings. They've raised over $1 billion. Recently, in the last couple of weeks, they've raised close to $850 million alone. So this year, they're in a great position in terms of their balance sheet. And with all these other theaters struggling to raise capital, going out of business, AMC has come in, scooped them up, and the reason that we were able to see that AMC had actually been in a deal with these and actually looking to get them is because what we saw is a couple of pictures appear on AMC's website. A couple of pictures, you can see Glendale complexes appeared at AMC locations on the company's website and app before disappearing. It said the AMC Grove 14 and the AMC Americana 18. So it seems like they linked this a little bit. Might have been a technical error on the inside at AMC in terms of who was listing on the back end of their website. But either way, good news. They didn't confirm or deny this, but it's obvious these had already gone out of business, already closed down. They're in primetime locations. AMC came in, scooped them up, and we are in a great spot. In addition to this, another thing going on with AMC is that right now, a bunch of traders are saying that you may need to find a new game if you're a part of the AMC community, just following Reddit, and they're sadly mistaken. They are trying to spread FUD, trying to tell people, look, AMC, GameStop, meme stocks are not going to be doing as well, so maybe you should go look somewhere else. And it seems like they're always coming out and telling us about this. They're always telling us about this, and it just seems like they want us to get out of the stock, not focus on it, because then that's how shorts are going to make money. Whenever we see all these articles, all of them are saying negative things about AMC. And yes, we all know it's risky. We all know that there is a chance that the price could go down, especially because the price right now isn't based on the fundamentals. But the important thing is looking at the short interest, looking at the community behind it, looking at how much money is being poured into it every single day from retail investors. It doesn't look like we're slowing down anytime soon, and this looks just like completely institutions trying to manipulate the market, trying to manipulate what is going on. If you guys are new here, please be sure to like the stream. Let's see if we can get it up to 100 likes by 3:15 p.m. And then we're going to go over something in addition to everything else as well. It would really help me out a lot. We're at about 33. So if you're new here, you like the new setup, please be sure to like the stream, subscribe. We go live every morning at 9 a.m. and every afternoon at 3 p.m. But other thing going on right now is, I don't know if you have seen, but GameStop, our second topic, is right now GameStop's stock price has been a little more level than AMC. We haven't seen as much movement. It hasn't been as exciting, but still it's important to go over because GameStop was the first stock to really have this short squeeze back in January. It was the one that turned us on to all of these other meme stocks and all of these other stocks that short sellers are trying to take advantage of, and we're just killing them. So right now with GameStop, we're seeing it at $224 per share, and we're up about 0.78% for the day, nothing too crazy. At one point, we were up about 5%, 6% earlier in the day. Thank you, Chris. Thank you, Chris. Thank you, Dimitri, Dojebowl, Rocco, Kevin San Montillo. Thank you. Thank you. Mateo. Sorry, I got the name wrong. Angel Reyes. Appreciate all you guys commenting. And Mason the Monkey, always here. I can count on you. Clayton as well. Anyways, right now, GameStop, their stock price is at $224. Volume is a lot lower today, surprisingly. 3.91 is the volume. The average for the last 3 months has been 10.28 million. So you can see on the right side of the screen, it's a little lower, but in my opinion, I think this is mainly because of what's going on with AMC. AMC is seeing the run today. We're seeing AMC Day trending on Twitter, and a lot of people are looking towards AMC, and retail investors from Wall Street Bets are saying, look, we can't win on every single stock. If we try and do, invest in DraftKings, invest in Wish, invest in Petco, invest in clean energy fuel, the money, it's not going to be able to produce a short squeeze like we saw back in January. Back in January, it worked for GameStop because what we saw was that everyone was focused on one stock. Everyone was focused on one in particular, which was GameStop. And now what we're seeing is it looks like AMC is taking over that position. Obviously, we are seeing more volume with AMC than any of the other meme stocks today. So even though GameStop has not seen a lot of movement, isn't up so much, it's important to still see what is going on here. In addition to this, we mentioned this a bit earlier in the morning's live stream, but it's important to go over again because it could be having an impact on why we're seeing some of the major movements in the market right now for AMC and for GameStop. So the first thing is with GameStop is joining the Russell 1000, AMC is not. And this is important because it's going to affect both of these stocks very differently. With the Russell indexes, so there's a small cap and a large cap. The large cap one is the Russell 1000. Small cap stocks is the Russell 2000. Right now, they are both in the Russell 2000, but they're going to be rebalancing these indexes in June 25th. Yeah, June 25th after the market. After the market on June 25th, they're going to rebalance the indexes. That means they're going to be selling off certain stocks, buying other stocks. And the important thing is that GameStop is no longer going to be in the Russell 2000, and it's going to be moved over and bought in the Russell 1000. This is important because GameStop right now makes up the largest position in the Russell 2000. Once they have to sell it off and buy it in the Russell 1000, it's going to make up such a small percentage of that index because right now GameStop is like a $27 billion market cap company, and in the Russell 2000 that's pretty big. But once it goes over to the Russell 1000, it's going to be competing with companies like Apple, Amazon, Microsoft, a lot of the big tech companies and companies that have really large market caps, companies that have market caps over $200 billion. So when you're looking at how much money is going to be invested in each stock in that, GameStop's going to be probably one of the smaller stocks in that index, which means money is going to be taken out. The way it works is that according to analysts, they're predicting that about 5 million, about 5 million shares are going to be net sold. So in total, they're going to be selling shares from the Russell 2000, buying in the Russell 1000. In total, they say it's going to be about 5 million shares that are going to be net sold, which means, let's say before they had 10 million, now the indexes are only going to own 5 million. That's a big difference. And while we do see the volume for GameStop typically above 10 million a day, for example, like today, it's only at 3 million. So if they had sold off these shares the other day, that would have been a big issue. That would have been a really big issue for GameStop. On the other hand, though, with AMC, it's a good thing. AMC is going to be the largest company by far in the Russell 2000. Right now, it has a $27 billion market cap, just about $30 billion. And the important thing with this is that when they made the decision to rebalance and figure out which stocks were going to be in which, whether they're going to be the Russell 2000, Russell 1000, the important thing is that at that time, AMC only had a market cap of $4 billion, and it needed to have at least a $7 billion market cap in order to be eligible to be in the Russell 1000. It didn't have that. Since then, it's 5 or 6x its price, and now it's going to make up about 1% of that index. It's important. It's very exciting because that means if institutions or other major investors put money into that index, that means there's always going to be shares of AMC being bought, and it is the largest position. It's going to be just less than 1% of that portfolio of that index, not portfolio. But so that's going to have, in my opinion, positive impacts on AMC because it's going to be the largest in the Russell 2000. They're going to have to buy more, and the smallest GameStop is going to be the smallest in the Russell 1000. So it's actually in a good position, in my opinion. AMC, on the other hand, GameStop is not in as good of a position. Let's talk about short sellers right now. Before we get into that, I do want to thank you guys for joining us. We are go live every single day at 3 p.m. Eastern time and also 9 a.m. Eastern time. Market open, market close. We've been doing it every day. And if you're new here, please be sure to like the stream. Let's see if we could crank that up to 100 likes. It'll help me out a lot, makes me happy, and it'll be really good. We can get this out to more people. But anyways, right now, let's take a look at what is going on with AMC stock just before we get into the short sellers, how they're getting absolutely demolished, and before we get into short interest and what is going on with CNBC Live. Check in on the suits. You know, we got to check in on the suits every once in a while. We got to see what they're saying, see if they're just spewing out a bunch of FUD or if it's legitimate and something we should be listening to. I always like to check in on them over there. But anyways, let's take a look at AMC right now. So right now we're still at $62 per share, holding strong above 60, well above 60. In my opinion, if we could get this to close above 60 today, off to the races, great position moving forward. It would be a really great Friday, in my opinion, because that would be the first day we closed over $60 per share since we had that record high day. You could see back on, what was that, June 2nd, 2 weeks ago, 15 days ago right now, we closed at right at $62.55. So we could potentially even see the highest close ever for AMC today. Yes, we had reached $72 per share, but this could be our highest close ever. And after we had that close back on June 2nd, we consolidated a bit, leveled back off, and now we have made our way back up, battled our way back, and the ape community is continuing to just demolish short sellers, institutions, losing hundreds of millions of dollars. It'll be interesting to see what the numbers are at the end of trading today. We got 45 minutes till the market closes, and let's go over a bit of FUD being spread around and something with short sellers because it's interesting. It's interesting stuff. So let's talk about what's going on with institutions spreading FUD, spreading, and short sellers, what's going on there. They're trying to manipulate the market, trying to manipulate what retail investors are doing, but it's not working. Obviously, it's not working. They're getting killed. Anyways, let's talk about this. So traders, it said, may need to find a new game as Reddit momentum starts to die down. And they're saying that when we look at the Reddit trades over the last couple of days, they have been taking a massive hit. Like it says, AMC is down 28% in the last week. CLNE was down 33%. GameStop was up 21%. But everything else like Workhorse, Wendy's, Bed Bath & Beyond were all down significantly. 1 week change in volume. And then in price, it was down. They were pretty much similar. The volume was down, prices were down. But when we look at that and then we compare it to what actually happened today, they put this article out and then we saw all the prices go up. Every single meme stock saw an increase in price today, or if not every meme stock, most meme stocks saw an increase in price today. I mean, when we look at Wall Street Bets, I like to look at Wall Street Bets and the data because yeah, everyone's talking about all the different stocks they want to succeed. They're like, this is the next AMC. This is the next AMC. But the thing that I like to look at is the data, because you can't argue with data. And when we look at the data right now, what we can see is this is a chart that shows in the last 24 hours how many times people are mentioning specific stocks on Wall Street Bets. And it says, look at this chart, CLNE, which blows my mind, is number 1 in terms of how much people are mentioning it. AMC is number 2, BB number 3, Wish is number 4, and SPY number 5. GameStop isn't until number 7. But either way, this is exciting because AMC had dropped down a little bit in those rankings over the last couple of days when we had seen the price. Let's zoom in on this a bit. When we had seen the price, there we go. There we go. So you can see this is a chart that lists what positions they are in and like how much people are mentioning them on Wall Street Bets. I like to look at this because even though it doesn't indicate, okay, this stock is going to do well, this stock is going to do well, the thing I like about this is that it shows us what stock is being talked about the most. And the important thing is if a stock is being talked about a lot on Wall Street Bets, people are searching it on Google, well then that's a sign that, you know what? Retail investors are not backing down. Retail investors are very interested in the stock, and just because institutions are trying to spread FUD, trying to get people nervous about what's going on, it's not going to deter people from actually investing because we're seeing people talking about it. So that is something I find very interesting. I do like to look at that a lot. Another thing I do think is important to look at is with Google Trends. I don't see many people talking about this, but you got to remember, any meme stock, any short squeeze, a lot like the 3-4 things in my mind that are going to make an ideal candidate for a short squeeze is one going to be what is going on with the short interest. That's obvious. Like what is the short volume ratio? What's the short interest? Those are obvious. The second thing is going to be the market cap. Is Is it a really high market cap company, like 60, 70 billion dollars? Because then it's going to be harder for it to see a short squeeze. Or is it going to be a lot lower? In addition to this, the other thing is how strong is the community? That's the third thing. And the community for AMC, very strong. And that's why I like to look at that data on Wall Street Bets. And when we look at this chart, this is the information about Google Trends, showing how much people talk about AMC over time. This is the last 12 months. So when it reaches the top 100, that is the peak. When people are talking about it the most, when people are talking about AMC, searching it on Google, YouTube, social media platforms, that's when they're searching it and talking about it the most. So we saw that back in January, but we did see it peak back on June 2nd when we saw the stock price rise. And if we cut this down a little bit, let's look over the last 30 days. We are starting to see it rise a bit again. We dropped down over the weekend. Makes sense, people are not investing. It drops down over the weekend. But now we're starting to see it climb back up. It's still not as high as it was on June 3rd and June 2nd. But if we could get more people talking about it, the community continues to keep pushing for it and growing the stock and the community, that's how we'll see the price continue to go up. So right now, some of the FUD that I did want to talk about is that we're seeing all of these people on Wall Street. The suits are saying, look, you better just give up on AMC, give up on GameStop and Wish and Workhorse, because they're not going anywhere. They said, well, you know, it seems like the fun that all the retail investors had is over. In my mind, it's not over. How can it be over when AMC has a short interest of like 25%? And that's just what's reported. That's not even what's part of synthetic shares that aren't reported, and everything going on that we don't actually know about because it's not reported. So in my mind, it's definitely not over. But according to a couple Bank of America institutions, they said 70% of the stocks on last week's screen saw shares fall over the past week. AMC was a major exception. It was one of the only ones that did well, but conversations generally accelerated for most stocks on our screen last week. Overall, Wall Street Bet conversations have barely risen in recent weeks, and retail options usage remains well below Q1 of 2021, suggesting broader participation beyond just retail. So just something to keep in mind moving forward. Jim Cramer came out yesterday morning and he spoke about what is going on with Wall Street Bets. He said, keep your firepower for AMC and GME. There's too much money being lost on your other names. You might not be able to keep buying AMC or GME up here if you keep this up, just saying. So he was essentially telling retail investors that, look, if everyone's spread too thin and people are investing in all these different stocks, Wish, Petco one day, Wendy's one day, Wish, and you just keep finding the next shiny object, well, he's saying, look, what's going to happen is in a couple of weeks, in a couple of days, the whole reason that GameStop worked, the short squeeze worked, the short squeeze is working with AMC is because the community is focused on a couple of stocks. If you have people focused on AMC, then Workhorse, then Wish, then BlackBerry, then Bed Bath & Beyond, then GameStop, then Clean Energy Fuels, then Clover Health, it's like, oh my God, like there's too many stocks that people are trying to see a short squeeze. Yes, they all have high short interest, but if everyone's saying this is the best one, this is the best one, that's where we run into the problem, because people are getting away from AMC, not focused on that, not focused on GameStop, and that's how we see it tank. And fortunately, we're seeing it do well today. Right now, take a quick peek back up at it at $61 per share, come down a little bit over the last 20 minutes, but we are still up 12% for the day. And lastly, do want to just touch quickly on AMC's GameStop and their short interest as well. So right now, GameStop, their short interest is a little bit lower than what we see for AMC. GameStop, their short volume ratio is about 20%. AMC is at 23%. Remember, this isn't everything, but right now it's pretty obvious the AMC community, the APE community is much stronger than GameStop, much stronger than any other meme stock right now. And we're seeing that. We're seeing it play out today. If you guys are new here, please be sure to like the stream. Let's see if we could just knock this out of the park, get it to 100 likes. Helps me out a lot, helps out the channel, helps get this stream out to more people. We redesigned the whole setup. So we got now, we could see not only what's going on the screen, it doesn't cut it off as much. We see the topics on the right-hand side, and I also have the ticker on the bottom. Comment down below what stock is your favorite, and I'll make sure to include that in the scrolling ticker screen on the bottom for next episode. So make sure to let me know which stock is your favorite. Just comment down below the stock ticker symbol. I'll make sure to include it in the next episode, which is going to be 9 a.m. tomorrow. Anyways, we got 35 minutes until the market opens. 35 minutes, and we're not done yet. So let's take a look at what is going on with the suits. Let's take a quick look at what the suits are doing. You know, it's nice to see them every once in a while, see what they're up to. Let's take a look at this. Let's make sure the volume isn't too loud. Let's get that down. Anything exciting? Nah, that doesn't really look too exciting. Nothing related to what we need to hear about. What is it? Richard Montanez, author, former PepsiCo VP. We don't need to see that. But I'll get it so it is a bigger screen so we can switch to it later if something interesting comes up. Anyways, we will keep that in the background. We'll check in on the suits in a bit as the market closes. We could hear the closing bell. We'll have a couple of exciting things to go over. Check back in on the suits. Oh, I don't want to hear them. Let's not hear them. Let's get back to here. Okay, here we go. Just switching up some settings so we'll be able to hear everything okay when the market closes. And we are, why didn't this log in for me, guys? Why didn't this log in? They don't want us to see the suits. They don't want us to see the suits over there. While we're waiting on that to load, if you guys are new, make sure to follow me on the public.com investing app. You get a free stock. You can see exactly what I'm buying and selling in real time. And if you don't, it's not like everyone else who has a Patreon. I do have one of those. If you don't want to pay it all, you can just go ahead, follow me, and you don't have to pay a single thing. Like I did a whole report on DraftKings because I invested in it the other day because short sellers came out and spoke about it the other day. So we'll just keep an eye on this. If you want to follow me on Public, get a free stock, check me out on Public. It's just like an Instagram combined with a Twitter. Let's take a look at the chat. Waterboy. What's up, Waterboy Stan? Oh, STEM Inc. Yeah, Stan, you're right. STEM Inc. is killing it today. STEM Inc. up 8%. This stock, I know you guys don't want to hear about it. Everyone wants to hear only about GameStop and AMC, but come on. This stock has been killing it. We've talked about this for weeks on the channel. It was at $16 a share at the low. We did a video when it was around 20, but I've been talking about this stock for months. Before it was a SPAC, we've talked about it before the merger took place. This is a stock that I'm very bullish on. If you want to see a video about this, I did a video where I invested $700,000 into it. I talked about it, did a full breakdown, but if you want another update on it, let me know in the chat. Just comment down below STEM Inc. because it's doubled, more than doubled in the last 30 days. And everyone's focused on AMC and GameStop, which have done, like AMC's done significantly better. But you know what? This company is a great company. In a long term, it's in an industry that's growing and you don't want to sleep on it. You definitely don't want to sleep on it. Put it on your watch list. Put it in the chat if you want me to talk about it more, but definitely don't sleep on it. Let's take a look. What's going on with our little guy, AMC? What is going on? Okay, we're seeing it drop a bit. But like I said, if we can see it close above $60 per share, that would be ideal. That would be the ideal situation. And if you are new, it looks like we're losing some people here. So make sure to like the stream. Let's get it up to 100 likes. Let's see if we get up to 100 likes by 3:30. 2 minutes. 2 minutes. I know we could do it. Put anything in the chat if you have a question about AMC, any stock. Unfortunately, we are seeing it trend a little down right now, but fortunately, we do have a bit of a resistance, a bit of a support, I mean. So we have a bit of a support at around that $61 range, so we'll see if that will hold up. Either way, we can't deny that it's been a good day. We can't deny that it has been definitely a good day for AMC, for GameStop, and for all of the meme stocks all across the board. But how are you guys doing? All right, we go last 100 bucks. I liked the video before it started. Thank you. I appreciate that. I'm just reading through your guys' comments right now. Followed on public. Boom, I'll follow you back, Jonathan. You have to buy and hold for it to squeeze. Exactly. You don't want to be getting in. You don't want to be buying and selling and buying and selling, trying to time the market. What happened to CRSR? Well, let's take a look at it. Let's take a look at it, Pravin. I believe that's how you say your name. CRSR. Let's take a look at it. Boom. CRSR down 1.3%. The main thing I know about this stock, we haven't talked about it a lot, but the thing is if we're going to focus too much on this, we're taking attention away from AMC, from the meme stocks that people want to do well. But we will take a look at it really quickly. CRSR, let's look at the short interest. What is the short interest on this stock right now? So right now, the short interest on CRSR, Corsair Gaming, is only 16%. It's not an ideal candidate for a short squeeze. It's not terrible, but it's not ideal. And the thing is, the community is not as strong. The community is not as strong. So yes, we'll entertain this. We'll look at it, but come on. It's not the ideal short squeeze stock. People don't care about Corsair Gaming, in my opinion, as much as they do about AMC. The data shows it. It's been proven over the last couple weeks that obviously people are much more interested about AMC and what is going on there. I will make sure to follow you back, Brian Edwards, as well. Anyone who follows me, they'll get up to like $50. If you download the app, you get like up to $50 in a free stock. It doesn't even matter though. The thing is, it's like Patreon, but it's completely free. So anyone who follows me, I'll follow you right back. John, I got the notification, and Brian, I got the notification. So let me go follow you just right now. We'll keep this on the screen. Oh wait, let's get Corsair Gaming off the screen. Come on, we gotta see AMC. We gotta see AMC. Is AMC gonna be able to stay above 60 today? That would be ideal. Followed Brian and followed John. Anyone else who follows me, I'll follow you all back. But I did a little piece on DraftKings earlier because short sellers were just targeting that stock. Short sellers were saying, they put out a whole entire report. Hindenburg Research put out a report on DraftKings. And yes, I get it. It's going to be distracting from AMC and GameStop, but you just gotta remember that some of these stocks are great to hold. You don't want to have all your eggs in one basket with AMC. Like you could. It's just not my thing. It's not what I like to do. I would prefer to have diversified portfolio, have money in AMC, have money in Dogecoin, have money in crypto, have a little bit everywhere, and just pick things I really, really like. So for example, DraftKings, love the stock, love the industry they're in. And with the short seller report, just icing on the cake. DraftKings has about a 26% short volume ratio, and it also had that massive short seller report that just came out the other day. So worth taking a look at, guys. Definitely worth taking a look at. It's a stock that is down about 30-40% from all-time highs earlier this year. So if you don't own it, take a look at it. Put it on your watch list. But let me know, guys, do you own DraftKings? I know we're talking about AMC and GameStop, but do you guys own DraftKings? Just comment yes or no in the chat, because I'd like to see. Because otherwise, we really need to talk about that a little bit more. If a majority of you don't own it, do you guys own DraftKings? Let me know. Just let me know. Put yes or no in the chat. I want to see. Come on, don't leave me hanging. Let's see. DraftKings. No one wants to tell me? No? Okay. I see. Remzi, you guys don't own it. Okay. It's worth taking a look at. I appreciate Remzi, and I do not know how to say your other name, but I always see you guys commenting. I always read all your comments. You hold Doge. Ticker Pets might be worth looking into a squeeze. No. Giordi, Star, you own. Nice. You own Doge. You think Clove, Workhorse will come back, or best take? Okay. Stan, let's talk about that. Workhorse is in some deep trouble right now. Yes, it could be a short squeeze stock. It has a very high short interest, but Workhorse is in a lot of trouble because their whole business was expecting to get a contract signed by UPS, get a major deal from them. So they're expecting to get a major deal from them. And that fell through. They didn't get that. And ever since then, there has been no major news coming out for Workhorse. Yes, short interest is high. Yes, there's a strong community behind it. It's an electric vehicle stock, but the problem is it's such a small startup with a pretty high market cap and very little business. Like AMC, I get it. The company was struggling. It wasn't in a great position, but you gotta remember, they have so many theaters all around the US. They have a lot of cash on their balance sheet now to acquire other theaters. They're in a great position. Workhorse, on the other hand, is just very, very risky because they don't have any major deals lined up. They're not like an established company, and we don't like being a startup and not having many business, like not having many customers. It's just something that makes me a little uneasy. Just makes me a little uneasy right now. But I don't know. Let's see, crypto, easy money for my life. I'm saying if Meet Kevin holds DraftKings, I would hold it, LOL. That's Gregory said that. Nealo. Vertical Aerospace has a partnership with UPS. I used to own DraftKings, then they effed up the Super Bowl. I still like DraftKings. They're in an industry that's growing very rapidly. The industry right now, only about 50% of US states have legalized sports betting and it's operational. We have the other 50% which have not legalized it yet. Many of them are already having bills proposed where they're talking about it. And on top of this, right now with DraftKings, they had a big short sellers report come out the other day saying how essentially they're doing business illegally in countries and areas where it's illegal to have sports betting. But that's not true. The CEO came out, already responded to this. I mean, I can't say 100%. I'm not in the business, but according to the CEO, they came out immediately, responded to this. That's a good look. You like to see when they respond to this controversy right away. And so we'll see what happens. But right now, AMC, I don't want to turn our back on that. AMC is dropping. We dropped below $60 per share, unfortunately. Hey, Jeff Bell, what is up? So we dropped below $60 per share at $59.73. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens here. I had them at 3, sold at 32. What do you think of Clover Health? Clover Health, I do like because it was backed by Chamath Palihapitiya, billionaire investor. People love what he invests in. People follow whatever he invests in. So it's something that has a good community, strong community behind it, very high short interest, and it's in a growing industry like telemedicine, telehealth. A lot of the stuff that they are doing is growing very rapidly. Your friend is the founder of what, Ian? Which one is your friend, the founder of? What's up, Daniel? Daniel Tovar. What is up? Tech and Palantir are TRCH and Palantir are good. Yeah, I did a whole video. It's like a 20-minute video on Palantir, doing a deep dive into it the other day. If you guys are new here, who's going to be the 100th like? Who's going to be it? Right now we're at 98. Let's see if we can get it to 150 by 3:45 within the next 7 minutes. I know you guys can do it. And you know what? It looks like we're starting to see our luck turn around for AMC a bit. It looks like we reached that support right around $60 per share. We are bouncing off of it. If we could see it close in the $60 range, we are off and running. Akrimoto, I've known about that for a while. I've never invested. Some people in my family have invested in it. A lot of people have talked to me about it before, so I'm familiar with it. Isn't Akrimoto the 3-wheeled vehicles, I believe? Let me know in the chat, Ian. I think it's 3-wheeled vehicles, correct? Do you see crypto explosion after the AMC squeeze? Crypto has a lot to do with what is going on. Everything going on with crypto, you're going to see a lot of it right now. We've been seeing a lot of consolidation, but the big thing in crypto is I did a video earlier in our live stream. We talked about hedge funds saying now they're going to allocate about 7% of their portfolios by 2026 into crypto. So That alone shows us right now we have such a small like penetration of institutions, hedge funds, in crypto. Once we start to see them, that's proof. We already knew this, but that's proof that once we start to see them actually put money into crypto, we start seeing institutions start to get in. Well, that's when we're going to see crypto across the board do well. Doesn't matter if it's Bitcoin, Ethereum, Cardano, Dogecoin, EOS, Solana, doesn't matter, like XRP, across the board, we're going to see them do extremely, extremely well because it's just going to be more money in the entire crypto market. Yeah, Ian, they are Akrimoto 3-wheeled vehicles. Very cool, very cool. I've seen them before. I just have not done too much research on the company. I don't think it's based in the US, if I'm not mistaken. I think it's based in like Canada. I think it's based in Canada, but I'm not sure. Not sure. What do I think about TRCH? I don't know enough about them, so I couldn't tell you for sure. Eco Bright FL, couldn't tell you enough about them, so I don't want to say something if I am not familiar enough with it. We got about 20 minutes until the market closes, and unfortunately we are dropping below 60. Unfortunately, we are dropping below 60. Not ideal, but you know what? We're gonna live with it. We're gonna live with it. Hopefully we bounce back, but if we break 60, doesn't matter if it's 61, 60, as long as if we can close above 60, that is what we want to see moving into Friday and into the weekend. That would be the ideal situation in my mind. That would definitely be ideal. And if you guys are new here, we did cover everything in order. Market close, we did AMC stock, GME stock, short sellers, FUD, and now we're just chatting a bit before we get into CNBC Live and what we are talking about with the market close, closing bell, couple of things there. A couple companies are reporting earnings in a bit as well, exciting companies, so we'll keep an eye on those. Selling off, day traders selling off. Yeah, potentially. Based in Eugene, Oregon. Okay, I knew it was based in like the Northwest. I knew it was based in the Northwest somewhere. I thought Canada, but we'll take a look into it. We'll definitely talk about that a bit more next time. Right now, we're seeing which other stocks are making big moves. Guys, come on, like STEM Inc. Look at that chart. That's today. Look at that chart. Look at this 4-hour chart. 16 all the way up to 35. Like, you can't beat that. Can't beat that. And that's not a stock I day trade, I look at. That's a stock that I am just in for the long term. Every opportunity I get, I am adding to STEM Inc. I've talked about it on public.com. If you don't follow me, make sure to follow me because it's completely free. It's completely free. I write sometimes a little bit like of a report on stocks, why I like them, what I don't like about them. And so completely free to do that. Just use public.com/Michael and you will get up to $50 free stock. Could you explain the UPS/downs of having your shares lent? Can you explain that? I'm not 100% what. Can you like reword the question? I might be missing out on that. Miguel, a lot of people are looking into selling tomorrow. Will you possibly be taking profits as well? I've been taking profits really for a lot of the way up. For AMC, if we're talking about AMC in particular, I have been taking profits. Because in my mind, it's like if you make a lot of money from something, it's not that I'm not bullish on it. It's just in my mind, it never hurts to take some profits. You could say, oh, you're not part of this, you're not all in, you're not diamond hands. Like, okay, I still own AMC, I still own GameStop. But the thing is it's money that I'm fine with losing. It's money that I'm fine with losing. STEM has gone up 100%, guys, in the last month. So yes, there's going to be fluctuations, but if you're in it for the long term, STEM, which I am, any opportunity to buy STEM, like below 30, first of all, I think is a steal. In the 30s is still a good price. Okay, could you explain the ups and downs of having your shares lent? Keep buying and holding AMC. The squeeze is gonna happen. 118 likes. Let's see if we get that to 150. We got 15 minutes till the market closes. We got a lot of stuff still to cover. Hopefully we see AMC hold above that $60 per share range. Right now we are at $60.24 per share. So we will see what happens. Hopefully we can close above it. Hopefully we can close above it. Hello, I found bugged BTC. I posted videos. Interesting. Interesting. Okay, let's go take a look at CNBC, see if they have anything over there. Let's check in on the suits. What's going on with them? Let's put some headphones on so we could hear them as well. Let's put that on the screen. Let's see.